The year was 2006, and Red Gaming had really stepped up their game with their releases. Now, Red Gaming is another sister company of Barcrest, and they've been around for a while in both the low and high tech scenes, and they've had releases at £15 jackpot, which, you know, a couple of them were great way before my time of playing, but had full tricks of emptying every pound coin out of them. But this era here, the 25, proved quite difficult with some Red Gaming releases. You know, some of them like Drag and Drop weren't that great, and it was only really until Stack Attack on the right was released where Red Gaming changed the way that fruit machines can streak, i.e. the potential of making great sums of profit really did change. And Stack Attack was the leading game for this. Now the one on the left, Life's a Beach, was equally an amazing game. It had huge potential, just like Stack Attack, and its streak potential was just crazy. Just to put things in perspective, it wasn't uncommon to be a few quid in one of these and get a 50 quid top, and then your next board would go up and do a 75. Now we're talking about a £25 jackpot machine here, and the ability to take out 125 quid out of one of these and you're only a tenner in is just crazy. And that was the potential that these had. And it was all about knowing your pub. Now for me, this was a big life lesson. I had to work out which pubs did what. I mean, did they show the Manchester United versus Chelsea game? Did they have a meat raffle? There might have been a quiz night on. All these little things of knowing your pub really did help out to see if a pub would become busy or not. Now if a pub had a meat raffle, and you know you're going to get a lot of people down there, then the chances of that fruit machine being played does increase quite a bit. So those sort of things that you really had to gauge and understand to try and make the most out of these machines, and really just time the recovery in terms of its percentage to an absolute T. Now one thing that I want to highlight is that back in this sort of time, pubs and arcades and bookmakers were sort of hand in hand. These machines were everywhere, and bookies had these fruits. I mean, the one on the left, Life's a Beach, was in plenty of bookmakers. This is before FOBTs were ever released. You would have bookmakers with fruities in it, and Life's a Beach was one which was quite common around where I played. And what a time to be around. I mean, just the memories thinking about it now it just brings back such good memories. Now, this little story about these games just starts with really the people that create them. Now, the two creators of Red Gaming put so much time and effort into the sounds, the aesthetics, you know, what it looks like, little quirky little things such as the little red devil, which is the symbol of Red Gaming. You could probably just see him over here where the cursor is on the right hand side. He would cough when the bonus slowed down. And the feature board music was second to none. It was so enjoyable to listen to, quite funky and unique. And it was something which was a great memory for myself, being in Wetherspoons, being pissed out your head and just putting your refill key in, increasing the volume to max and just letting the board play, because the music was so good on the feature boards and they wouldn't time out. You could just leave, you know, 6 nudges with a gamble there for eternity, and it would stay there because it would never auto collect. You know, jumping around the pub with a pint in your hand, just being an absolute dickhead. It just brings back a lot of good fun memories. But those creators did a great job, and they always have done. And you're seeing them in it. The sound effects on this game is just, yeah, I think second to none. I don't think there is a set of machine games which make feature board music such as Red Gaming. Now, at the grand age of around about 17, 18, I had never been anywhere further than 50 miles away from my home city or the south coast. I actually don't think I went any further west than Bournemouth, no further east than Brighton, and you know what, I certainly didn't go no further north than Aldershot, and that was the sort of area that I travelled around. Now at the time I met this girl called Charlie who became my girlfriend, my first serious girlfriend, and she moved to university in Wales, and for me it was a very scary moment and scary thought of having to do that journey quite often. Obviously, after finding the first journey, it was a piece of piss. But I soon noticed that there was a lot of potential around the UK that was untouched, and also that there was a million other pubs and arcades and service stations that I'd never been to before. And I tell you what, guys, I don't think I've ever been that thrilled and that excited, and it sounds a bit sad, than those days. Walking into Lee Delamere services on the M4 on the way to Wales and seeing, dozens and dozens of machines lined up that were all playable, all good at the time, and it was just a crazy time to be around. And I certainly never expected there to be, the amount of machines in all these places. It really was an eye-opener. But equally as well, it was a big, long lesson learned for myself. Now, I've got quite a unique southern accent. I do stand out like a sore thumb in certain places of the UK, and this was a common theme for me throughout all of my time of playing and travelling the country, especially in 2009, which would be a future video of where I got heavily beaten up in a little place in Wakefield. But that will be its own story in itself. But South Wales had a lot of pubs, especially in Cardiff, and a place called Roath. That's where I was staying, and there was a lot of little dingy little pubs in the corners of the streets that had stack attacks in, and I used to play them once a week and do really well out of them. But sooner rather than later, I got kicked out. And I tell you what, I just didn't understand how to play the pub. Sell them the story, tell them a load of bullshit that they never ever would have to comprehend or believe, but make it believable that you're just at uni there or you're working down there. And these were the little lessons that I slowly learned as time went on. And I did learn the hard way, I have to admit. And it was only until I walked into the Prince of Wales Wetherspoons in the middle of Cardiff Central, where I got a bottle thrown at my head after playing a Deal or No Deal, that I realised that there is some not so nice people in this world, and they will do anything to defend their hometown or their home city, however sad that sounds, because I've never been like that. But yeah, a really fond time and memory. And like I said, Stack Attack on the right changed the face of Fruit Machine streaking potential, and that is what we're going to begin on. So let's get some money into Stack Attack. Okay, so the difference between a player and a punter then. I always go on about the ability to have knowledge, and that knowledge is power. And without that power, you are not knowledgeable. It is simple as that with games such as Red Gaming, because the features were the key way of identifying if this game had streak potential. Now, don't get me wrong, there were little red herrings that got thrown in. If you got a £5 win, i.e. yellow bars, it can go red. That could be a red herring. It can also naturally go red, and you could be right at the end of the streak. Someone could have had a £50 mega streak out of it, and you're just getting the follow-up 25 afterwards. But it was all about seeing these features, and you needed these features, at least 8 of them, to go red with no significant big win there or boxes. I say boxes because you can get 3 red boxes, which is a slow down shot on this, and that is a jackpot off notation half the time. But this game here just had huge potential. It wasn't uncommon to get a 50 followed by the next board getting a 75, and we're talking about a £25 jackpot machine here. Like, the potential on this was just ridiculous. So let's get some money in, and let's just get a feature board. And we'll just listen to the feature board music, and then what I'll do is I'll just bring you back for when it's got jackpot ready. Okay, so you can see that only 2 have gone red. That's out of 12 features, so not looking too good at the moment. There's that music, feature board music, that all these red gamers had. I know it doesn't sound the best thing since sliced bread. It's just upbeat, always sci-fi, funky music. Right, the most important thing about Red Gaming was you needed to know your reels. Without your reels, you might as well just hang your boots up. The reels were so important because you needed to know where your blue and red sevens were. Now the biggest indication for your blue and reds is these mystery symbols. You see these fruits with a GM on it. Now anything with a GM is close to a red 7, so this is actually a blue next after that melon, but it's a red afterwards, you can see there, and this will be a red in the middle, and after that there's no GM, so it's a blue. So you needed to know, and a red, you needed to know your reels. Without them, you couldn't work out how many nudges you needed to get, you know, the potential of getting blue or red 7s, 8 or 10 quid. And the same thing was on this one here on Life's a Beach. You needed to know your reels because you had to work out how many fruit steps you needed to get up to 10 and 15 quid. But the most important thing is that you didn't get a mega streak too early. You needed to ensure that it was going red correctly and it was streaking. So that's the first thing we're going to do on Stack Attack. I'm going to pause it and I'll bring you back when I've got a feature board that they all go red, and then we'll start attacking the game as I would normally. Okay, literally put the camera off and it's all gone red. So you can see that every feature has gone red there apart from the one green, and there was no win there. So we know it's got value in. So I'm going to try and just get a... Oh, that went up to about 8-10 nudges, didn't it? So random stop, I always let it flicker a couple of times. Just going to time out. Timed out. So see, all them features have gone red. Okay, so we now need to get feature boards where we got decent setups. At the moment this is a pretty bad setup. I'm going to try and gamble the feature here to get back to this green. See that? Yeah. And the reason why I did that is because you get all those features red, it's an automatic top. Okay, I'm going to try and get a bonus. If you spell Stack Attack at the top, it's an automatic mega streak as well. You could just easily do that from the off. Right. Yeah, it's not the best. I'm going to have to auto-node that. Hopefully it survives to a 3. It's not. Secret holds, they like to do that. So you have to keep holding at the reels. And also you can see these trail hells down the bottom. If you get 5 successful trail helds, it gives you a skill shot, which is like basically a super skill shot, a 1-shot hit at the top. So you can hit 99 nudges on that. So there's little things like that as well, which did help out. When you're playing these, and I imagine a lot of you guys would have done the same, you can actually, if you know that your nudges ain't really going to be doing much, and they're way off, and you're down here, you can auto-click your nudges and go for a let them spin on the reels as well, which was something which was quite good, because you could go let them spin for blue 7s or red 7s, and it would do it when it's lively. And that's really what you wanted to be, you know, at the top here, trying to attack the mega streak, being only 2 gambles away. But I'm going to pause this, and I'll bring you back when I'm up the top near super streak or tenner, and you know, I'll let you know how much it costs. Okay, I went lower than an 8, and I thought this is going to kill me, so I never brought you back, but it survived and went to a 1. So I've got a mega. Let's go high on the 1. And let's see what it'll do. Hopefully it does at least a 50. Has to do multiples of 25. Okay, so it's done a flat 25, which can be quite frustrating, because if you was to come on one of these and it's all going red, it does a flat 25, you think, have I caught the end of that streak? But we know it's not. Okay, let's see if it does this skill shot. Did do the skill shot, but I missed the 99. Okay, so the problem here is that I have to go high in this 3, because if I auto nudge, I'm going to have to go on a 5. So I'm going to go high in this 3. It's killed me. You can see there was red boxes there, which was a guaranteed notation. Doesn't mean it's jackpot. Notation, by the way, is this feature down here, and I think it depends on the middle number, if I remember rightly, that it steps up. So a 3 bonus will be 25 quid. Okay, right, I'll bring you back then. I won't let you watch all this boring bits, and that's the point. That's not a bad setup. Number one. The worst case scenario here is that it goes up and does a flat 25. Spell it, by the way. I can't just spell it. When it's dropping bonus 3s and bonus 10s when you're going high-low, you know it's close to caving in. When it drops a 7 in, you've got no chance. Okay, just had another super skills stop, and it's gone up to 99 nudges that time I hit it. So I'm pretty sure if you exchange here, i.e. go auto nudge for the 10-hour, the red 7s, it does change the number. But a 3 is good enough for me, so I'm going to go on that. And it's giving me a bloody 7. Which is annoying. But that was another attempt. Like I said, it needs to be going to those bonus 3s really for it to, or bonus 10s to have that chance. Not had a number on it yet. Due a number runner. Number run is quite good for a bit of skill. There's nothing there. I mean, I'll auto nudge that, but it's pointless really. You can get a super exchange, something I've not actually mentioned, which takes you back over to nudges. So you need to keep an eye on that cancel. And just to make sure that it doesn't slow down. Because then you can bring yourself back over the other side. If I was playing this, I'd be like, doesn't look like it's got much life. It's killing me on a 5er, even though it has been up to a 10er and super streak. Doesn't mean too much because it's, you know, super streak is just a 10er again. It can do more, but that's the minimum it can do. And this game did frequently give you a £10 opportunity after jackpot. So there's a number runner. I can't do absolutely anything with this. Yeah. So number runner is a skill feature, mini feature with your hands. So you can manipulate the reels, but the problem with this setup is that I can't keep holding the red 7 on the right because it will just drop the 1s in, and then I'll just get a feature board. And the left down reel is miles away for the red 7. The middle reel is miles away for the blue 7. In fact, it's just miles. It's probably about 14 away. So I'm gonna have to think what I should do here. But I'm gonna just drop the right one. Okay, so drop the right one. I might be able to get enough numbers there to nearly get reds. No, nowhere near. Nowhere near. Yeah, can't do anything there. Can't do anything, so... Well, that was probably the worst setup I could have got. Right, I'll bring you back. I just missed it. It did stack attack. I just spelt the whole thing. That was about 30 quid, I'd say. 35 quid after the first one. Another flat 25. Not doing it justice at the moment, but do not fear, because this will go big. Just at the moment, just messing around a little bit with the flat 25s. I'm gambling that feature, if people are wondering, because I'm trying to get on these greens. If I can get on these greens, then got a chance of getting another mega. I've got no choice here but to auto nudge the quid. Okay, I'll let you know how much it costs again. It will go up and go again. Just hopefully not a flat 25. Hopefully it just goes up and does a 50 or 75. Okay, the following board then. This was straight afterwards. It can, I'm going to auto nudge this, but it can just go feature here. Or lucky 7. We need change number. Okay. Higher for a tenner, bonus 10, probably get it. That was dirty. It found that 5 and it can do that and does do that, which is quite frustrating really when it comes to this game, because any bonus there, I mean, was a pretty much guaranteed top, purely because stack attack there would have spelt the name. Feature was the only real stitch up. There's only 5 nudges here. Get back up to 5, make it interesting. Need a few extras. Oh, I've got 2 more gambles. Yeah, that's why it's giving me that 7. Of course you did. Right, next board just spelt it again. I missed it again, but... So, it's been not too bad. It's been 3 flat 25s and it's carried on. Okay, so it's done a 50, so 2 flat 25s and a 50. Will it do the 75? It will auto pay out first though. So it's been not too bad. At the beginning, those flat 25s get a bit frustrating. I think the first one didn't cost too much, and then the second one cost about 35. And then this one here was pretty soon afterwards. Right, will it do a 75 then? Yeah. And just like that, 25 followed by a 25 followed by a 75. So a 125 total top. That's it, can't go no more. It can give some afters, so we will get one more feature board and then we'll switch straight over to Life's a Beach on the left. Comes with me. Not expecting anything there. Okay. Rightio. Okay. Gonna leave this one and move on to Life's a Beach then. So let's get some money in this one. Let me put money in. You have to click it in. Okay, great game. Big difference with this one, and being it has the layout of like a DNA X-rated Aftershock with steps on the left, nudges on the right, and then it has 2 trails, so a blue trail and a red trail. So just concentrating there. So similar concept on this game with the features. Okay, so only one of them went red. So not expecting much at the moment, but what I'll do, I will bring you back for the boards. I'm not going to be doing much with this board. I'm going to play for them all to go red and then show you. Good music though. Okay, here, so I can auto nudge it. So if I swap, it'll give me an extra step. So that's the reason why you'd rather step than swap. No, sorry, you'd rather swap than auto nudge. There's nothing here. So the only really way to do it is gamble up this side. It's not going to be doing anything. It's going to kill me off. So 10 steps to a 2. Okay, so it did actually survive it there. I wasn't expecting it to go this high first. That was a bit silly. Because I had a chance of getting a third sunny money, which would have been a quick top. But I don't really want to get just a flat 25. I want to highlight how good they are. So I'll bring you back when it's in a good position of going red, and we'll go from there. One thing I noticed about Life's a Beach, which I didn't mention, is the amount of features. You've only got 10 features on here compared to Stack Attack's got 12, 6 either side. It's only got 5. So that did, put in perspective how many of these actually have to go red. Like on here, you needed 8. On here, you needed at least 7 to go red. Sometimes it would give you 6, and you'd have to think, oh, hang on a minute. It's 6 have gone red, and it's landed on Stopper Fruit red, and you think, oh, has this got life? Is it ready? But you really needed them to go at least 7 red, maybe even more. All par 1, obviously, but it was a little bit different to Stack Attack because of the number of features. Great sounds on these again, like I said about every red. You can just hold your finger on reds and you just rattle through the credits, which is quite nice. But we'll see what the board looks like. Okay, so try and get a no lose. I'll just kill this board off. And I'll play it out till I get it all nice and red and glowing, just to bring you back the old potential out of the game. There's no super skill on this like Stack Attack had, or they call it skill shot. It's just trailheads along the bottom. Yeah, so I'd say that's enough for it to go red. Obviously you want them all, but I'd say for me that's a nice little glow. This machine had a huge tendency just to give you a feature board with just 1 or 2 red features when it was dead. I just want to confirm this is going red, so I'm just going to kill these boards off and I'll bring you back. Okay, so it did go red, and this is my first opportunity of something half decent, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna step this. It's a bit risky because it can go boost. Right. It's hitting those green features was really a good sign. And that as well. Obviously you want to be hitting fly the flag reds, jackpot, stop and step red, and star prize are good features. The rest ain't that great. But I have got obviously a 3 there. I'm going to press collect the 7 for each step because that's blue 7s. Okay. I'm going to have to step in and go higher. Hope it survives.
Run it. Okay. Run it.
No intent. Alright, we've got our first top then. Is it going to just mess me around with some flat 25s? Or is it just going to have to do a 50 or 75 straight away?
Kick it!
Flat 25. Which means one thing and one thing only. I'll bring you back for the next top or next opportunity. Yeah, I'm just looking at what's actually there.
Run it. Okay.
Need this to survive the 3. If it did, just at least lose. I'm pretty screwed with the number, I need a step. Okay, so I've managed to blag myself a step. There's that.
Run it.
Okay, got to go on a 10. Okay, so back to backs, which is nice. Let's see if it does anything more than a flat 25.
Kick it. Kick it. Kick it. Kick it.
Okay, nice.
Kick it.
Get in there. Huge potential, these red gaming machines, as you can see. Flat 25 followed by a 75. Stack attack was the same. Flat 25, flat 25, 75. Just the potential in these red gamings were just absolutely astronomical. Just ridiculously crazy how much you can win on these when they're going. And that's what it was like. Going to pubs when you time them quite well. Didn't really want to do much, did it? Okay, so we want a feature shot really. Gonna collect these. Oh, it won't let me collect. There's no window, that's why. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, but I hope you enjoyed these red gaming games. I mean, there's going to be a few other games that are very similar to this. So Stack Attack had one before it called Legal Tender. It had similar games such as Pulsation, and then obviously afterwards Invincible. That'll be its own release because the £35 era with red gamings got even better. I mean, the potential went twofold, just doubled in potential. They were even better. And Life's a Beach, obviously at the same time as this, it had games such as Grubba Dub Dub, Crazy Cash Point, DNA, X-Rated. All had little slight twists and a little different style game. But all in all, what an absolute set of releases. And reminds me of the not so nice places of South Wales and bookmakers. But I always say the good old days and when money was on tap. It only gets better though when the 35 releases come next. So cheers for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Ta-da.